anybody injured that you know won't be with you so far?
No, we had everybody that was out during spring practice or anything that was done after spring practice. Fully expect everybody to be 100% ready to go.
And is everybody from the recruiting class on campus or going to be there by the time?
They will be there. Yeah, waiting on a couple, or we're really waiting on one, I guess. But everyone will be there by the time we start. Yes.
Is your team one of the 6 that Greg said has reached the 80% vaccine threshold?
We are rapidly approaching that.
Is that your goal? I mean, are you encouraging your guys to do that?
We're educating our guys. You know, we've had as many educational meetings as we can about it. We've had team meetings, we've had Zooms with parents, we've brought in our own doctors to talk to the families and the players, we've brought in outside medical personnel, doctors. Catherine O'Neill, that does a great job in the SEC, has spoke to the parents and the players on our team. So we trying to make our guys aware of what's going on throughout college athletics, throughout Major League Baseball, NFL, and just educating. You know, obviously we can't force anyone to do anything. Our guys are certainly aware of 2021 is different than 2020 in regards to what could potentially happen if you don't have the minimum number of guys to play. But we're about educating, and ultimately it's their decision.
So part of your messaging is more vaccination means less chance of a forfeit.
Yeah, I mean, I think our guys are smart enough to figure that out, and you know, they're not dumb. They see what happened with NC State baseball. They see what happened, I think, with the Yankees and Red Sox the other night. They saw what happened with, I don't know how many of them follow golf. I saw where Lincoln Riley said this, that a bunch of their players got vaccinated after seeing what happened with John Rahm in the Memorial Golf Tournament. So, you know, ultimately, we want to educate them. I think a lot of our guys have had, they hear different false information, misconceptions about, you know, the vaccine, and we want those guys to be able to ask questions freely with the doctors that we've provided for them, and at the end of the day, educate our student athletes, not just in football but in any sport, you know, about the vaccine and about what 2021 is going to look like going forward.
Shane, when it comes to NIL, I know the kids can really sign their own deals at any time, but how do you find out about it? I mean, or do you know what every kid is going to be doing, or how does that info come to you?
Yeah, they communicate through our athletic department, and eventually, you know, it gets to me, and Chance Miller and others in our athletic department are kind of the point, you know, for that, and there's a process that our guys are supposed to go through when they do sign any kind of deal to make us aware, and I've been proud of them, and they've been very responsible, the ones that have signed deals, about who they're signing them with, making sure they're reading the fine print and they're not rushing into anything, and being smart about it. I mean, Nick and Kingsley and I were talking about it a little bit on the way over, just making sure they're making the right decisions, and we find out about it. I'm not hoarding over and get a report at the end of every day as far as who signed what, but we are aware of it, and you know, we're here. We can't facilitate things and can't, you know, set things up, but we certainly want to be able to assist in any way that we're legally able to, and fortunate to have Altius that we've partnered with to help our guys do that also.
Is there maybe a hypothetical where something might come across your desk and say, like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with him endorsing that? Or?
I guess you never say never. I mean, there's certain things that, you know, when you think about a student athlete signing that you maybe have a conversation with, look, David, this may seem like a good idea right now, but let's think about 3-4 years down the road. Is this really something you want to have your name tied to? But that hasn't come up, and if it does, you know, I'm sure somebody before it even gets to me would have those conversations with them, whether it be Altius or somebody in our administration.
What have the returns been like as far as what guys have been doing this summer in the weight program, you know, skills and growth stuff?
It's been good. It's been really good. I don't think you're ever going to have a football coach, kind of like signing day. He's never going to say he had a bad signing day. You're never going to find a coach say they're having a bad summer. But I think we've had a great summer. I really have. I mean, I've been around Columbia enough to be in the weight room and watching them. I was in there today with 2 of our the 7 a.m. group before we came over, and then the 8:45 group, just watching. And they've really worked hard. And we talked about it as a team that the best teams that I've been around, they take a step in the summertime, they get better, they're player-led, player-run, and we've really had some guys that have stepped up from that standpoint, from what the guys have told me, and really pleased with it, really working hard, and it all goes back. I mean, our guys are hungry. They're not happy with what's happened in Columbia the last 2 seasons, and they're you know, eager to have the kind of season that we all feel like we can have.
Who are those guys
that are kind of stepping up?
Yes.
You know, Aaron Sterling is a guy that, you know, Luke Day has mentioned to me that really, since the end of spring practice until now, has taken a huge step, you know, with his body physically, strength in the weight room, the way that he's kind of leading the guys out there on the field. Part of the reason Dick and Kingsley are over here today is because of the way that they've worked in the weight room and the fact that they've been the kind of leaders that they've been since the day I got here. Carries a lot of weight with me, and part of the reason they're here today. So those are some guys. Luke Doty, I mean, like it or not, if he's your quarterback, he better be a leader for you. And we've tried to spend a lot of time with our players from a leadership standpoint, and knowing whose voice carries weight on our team and making sure they're using that the right way, and then who needs to be a leader and bringing those guys along and helping them with that as well. But those are some guys that either have had great summers or are doing a great job of leading this summer for us.
You missed